Hey everyone, I am here today to show you this item I just got in and wanted to give you my thoughts on it. So this is a ring light and it can be tabletop size or a full size one. So really like that you get multiple options with these. So it is on the lowest setting right now. So you've got these 4 little knobs. When you unlock it, you can extend the ring light. So you can have it sit on the floor and extend all of these, or you can have it sit on the tabletop as you see here. And then these legs do spread out, so you get a much more balance that way. And you have a lock on here. So when you get it to the desired height, you just turn this knob and it will lock and unlock. So really like how easy that is. And then up here is where your device will go. So one of the things I like is that it is expandable. So depending on your phone size, when you put it in here, you don't have to screw anything on. You just expand that. And then this does have a 360 rotation. So you can have it be any kind of rotation you need. And then this knob down here, you can use to bend it forward or backward, depending on the angle that you need as well. So a really versatile ring light. And then of course, you've got your plug to turn it on. So I'm gonna go ahead and plug it in here. And then you've got your power switch here. So we're gonna turn it on. And you've got 3 different light options. So this is gonna be your standard. Then you have a yellow, which is more of a warm light. And then you have more of a cool light. And you can lower that or increase it. So love the light options that you have. So you could use this just as a camera stand. So if you are recording any videos or doing any kind of demonstrations, working from home, things like that, you can use this as just a camera or a phone stand, or you can use it as a true ring light. So if you are doing a photo shoot or you are recording a video and you need some bright light, this would be perfect for that. There's a lot of ring light options out there. I really like how large the ring is on here, and then the different options that you have for the size of it. So you can have it sit on your table or sit on the floor. You've got the different angles. So really nice ring light. Wanted to hop on here, show you guys the light and give you my thoughts. So I hope you found this helpful.
Hey everyone, what I've got here is the JOBY GorillaPod 3K tripod. This is an extremely versatile thing. It can be bent into a lot of different positions. It remains very popular despite the fact this has been out for several years now. Now this comes in many different variations. JOBY has released many different tripods, but the main variations of the GorillaPod are the 1K, the 3K and the 5K, and those names will give you an indication as to how much these tripods can hold. The 3K here can hold 3 kilograms. The lighter 1K can hold 1 kilogram, and the heavier, larger 5K can hold 5 kilograms. Now, the 1K is fine for mobile phones, for action cameras, maybe even for smaller compact cameras. I do think that for most people, the 3K is perhaps the better option. It can still hold mobile phones, action cameras, and lighter cameras, but it can also hold mirrorless cameras, DSLRs, etc. If you're putting more equipment onto it, perhaps a light, perhaps a microphone, you might want to gravitate towards the larger 5K, but of course, the 5K is more expensive than the 3K, the 3K is more expensive than the 1K. Now, this 3K retails around the £50 mark in the UK, about $60 or so in the USA. You can pick it up without the ball head for about 20 or so cheaper. My advice would to be just to get the ball head. Now, some of you might have different requirements. You might have a collection of ball heads already and you might not need this, but I think the ball head works really well with it. It's a really good ball head, and yeah, it fits perfectly. It goes well with the design. I would say just jump up a little bit extra and get the full kit with the legs and the ball head. So I'll just give you a quick look as to what this is all about. Now, you can see here, I've kind of got it in traditional tripod mode right now. But the benefit of this is that this can be bent into any position. And you'll see a lot of YouTubers online using this kind of like a selfie stick because it can be bent into a lot of different positions. You'll see people also putting this around desks, around trees, around railings, fences, that type of thing. And you can see just the positions that I'm putting this into. Oh, that's not good. Which is a reminder that you have to get it balanced correctly. This can be put into a lot of different positions, and it is extremely versatile. I mean, just look at the way that this is sitting down here. You can go really low. You can, obviously with the ball head, put it down like that. Just have to get the legs in the right position, which I do not. But you can see that this is a flexible device. Now, there are a lot of cheap imitations out there, and I've actually got one of them. And this, I'll be honest, it's terrible, but it's cheap. And this kind of thing, I would just put like something like a webcam or a microphone on it, like a cheap microphone. I wouldn't put anything expensive on this because, yeah, it's just not as secure as something like this. Now, as far as price goes, some of you may balk at the fact that this is, what, £50, $60? For what you're getting, I think it's actually quite good for value for money. It is important to remember that in photography and filmmaking, when you want to get a good tripod, you need to pay more for it. And over the years, I have made the mistake of going cheap, and down the line, it breaks, and I end up buying the more expensive option. Now, this is one of the kind of better tripods that I've got, and this was about £25 more expensive than this one. And, they're different tripods, that they're different, they do different things. For whatever reason, this tripod is rolling around my table. They do different things, and it's maybe not fair to compare them. They are slightly different, but it just goes to show you that for what this can hold, this is a fantastic little tripod. So what I'd like to do is just bring the camera over, the overhead camera. That was falling down there because I haven't secured it. What I'm going to do is take the camera off, but what I will show you here, and the reason this is moving around here is because I haven't actually tightened up the ball head. As soon as I tighten up the ball head, that's not going to move. Now, you can see underneath, you can see there's a quick release plate. And if I push the button, pull it off, you can get the camera off like that. It's really, really cool. Oh, it's popped off there. So I'll zoom down a little bit and I'll show you closer what is going on here. So first I'll just quickly show you the box. Kind of basic affair. There's a little 2 or 3 page manual in there. It doesn't really tell you anything. This gives you an idea as to how it can be bent. There's lots of pictures here. You can see here it's on a tree. Someone's holding it like a selfie stick. Then you've got a basic tripod. You can see there 3 kilograms. It's talking about the 3/8 connection and the removable ball head. So what you've got here at the top in the release plate, you've got a 1/4 inch tripod thread. But underneath here, we have 3/8. And as I said, you can buy this without the ball head. You can just buy it like this. And if I zoom out, you can just buy it like that and just have it, with the 3/8 connection at the top and use your own ball head. Some of you might want to do that. But I do think this ball head is quite good. You know, I think it's quite good. Simple affair. You know how ball heads work. Tighten it up there, bend it into the position that you want, tighten it up, and then it will not move. Now, the quick release plate though, works really well. I think it works really well here, and it's just push it and then pull it the direction of the air bubble, like that. And I'll zoom down again just to show you that in more detail. So this is it here, 3/8 to 3/8, but then you've got the 1/4 inch thread at the top, and kind of simple affair, but the release plate works really well. It really does work well, and you know, when you're using the camera, you'll just put this on the bottom of your camera, and here I'm just spinning it around, but of course you've got the part down the bottom as well, and you can actually turn this screw using a screwdriver, and that's really, really useful because it means that you can tighten it and get it really, really secure, and it's not going to fall out. But when it's in, you just pop it back in like that. That's it secure. When you're finished with it, push it away. Now again, you need to make sure this is tightened. That wasn't tight there. Like that. We'll zoom out a little bit just now, and I'll put this back on. So I'll put this back on. I'll just kind of go through the design of it. So you can see it all together now, and you can see that it's very easy to move about. There is some Joby branding there, and underneath you can see another screw, so you can tighten it up there. And that does tend to happen with certain tripods. They get a little bit loose over time and you need to tighten it up again. Now, this is something I've not used a lot. I've actually bought this for my girlfriend because she's going on holiday and she's going to be using it with her Sony, I think one of the 6000 cameras. So she's using it with a camera that's kind of about that size. Now, I've read a lot of reports that, you know, for the first year or so, this is fine, but over a couple of years, if you're using this all the time and constantly bending it, there are a lot of reports of these breaking over time, these balls breaking over time. So that is something to be aware of, but it's just the nature of this type of tripod. If you're putting this under a lot of pressure, you're putting a lot of weight on this, you're using it all the time, it's going to get the same wear and tear that other